Are peptides the future of wellness or the new snake oil? What do you guys think?
Like on this podcast, we like to talk about the truth and real science, and a lot of the peptides you see are literally snake oil, like not real science. And these influencers are literally being paid to push out things that can harm you and aren't actually backed by like scientific studies.
You guys are stealing Ozempic from people who have diabetes.
Yo, what's going on? It's Roger here from the Low Key Scientific Podcast with my new co-host, Divya.
Hi.
And
Prac.
what's going on? What's going on?
Let's go.
So, my algorithm on my phone has been sending me some weird shit. And, I got some boys out in Asia. And we've been talking about some interesting trends that have been happening online. And one of them are peptides the future of wellness or the new snake oil? What do you guys think?
Like this trend of peptides, like I think a lot of it is fluff. I can't lie. Like there are a lot of influencers pushing out these like peptides, and you got to be careful. Like on this podcast, we like to talk about the truth and real science, and a lot of the peptides you see are literally snake oil, like not real science. And these influencers are literally being paid to push out things that can harm you and aren't actually backed by like scientific studies. Like I was just reading a CBC article about this, and they were like, yeah, like most of the stuff that you see online is just like a gray market area and not really like, they don't have real scientific evidence backing them other than like the GLP-1s like Ozempic. That's real. But a lot of this stuff is just like snake oil, not real.
Yeah, you mentioned GLP peptides. Like one of them is Retatrutide. Also, none of these peptides are like FDA approved in the States. And I don't know what the Canada one is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what it is, like Health Canada
Yeah.
approved or whatever. But none of that is like approved here. So yeah, as you mentioned, the gray market. But Retatrutide is actually in the process of being FDA approved in the States. Yeah, they're going through clinical trials for that, but it's not for like cosmetic use. It's for like obesity and diabetes. And like the way like diabetes like medication, specifically this like GLP peptide works, is that it stimulates your insulin release. So like Ozempic, that's how it works. It stimulates your insulin release and it suppresses your glucagon. And it does all this stuff, but people are saying since Retatrutide is like better to use for you than Ozempic because it has it breaks down one part of your body less, so it's like safer to use if you don't have diabetes.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Okay.
Yeah, which is why they want to like kind of commercialize that fast. I think it was like Eli Lilly,
Okay.
the pharmaceutical company that's like
Yeah.
producing that right now. But I don't know. It just seems like a very like this whole Ozempic realm and this whole Eli Lilly just seems like something that rich people get their hands on and then use it and then kind of like it's just like
It's a cheat code.
yeah.
It's the wealthy's cheat code
Yeah.
to health and wellness, right?
Yeah.
Or it's a placebo effect.
Yeah.
Right? And what people don't really realize is that the more you sit there and you think that this thing, you're wishing this thing to help you, most likely it will help you.
Yeah.
Like I think that there's a huge difference between biohacking and trend hacking or just, you basically following the trend to hopefully benefit or profit from the trend. And all of these weird influencers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think I don't know if it was you or someone else telling me that, one influencer was saying to his audience, oh, by the way, if you're having a problem moving your bowels, basically, pooing. If you're having a problem pooing, then just go take a walk.
Yeah. Drink some water.
Drink some water and take a walk.
Yeah.
Yo, you're telling me you're going to go on social media, you're going to sell me something, and then you're going to tell me if you're having problems with your bodily fluids being moved, go take a walk, drink some water?
Yeah.
Yo, my guy, that's wrong,
Yeah.
man. That's honestly, that's out of pocket.
Yeah.
Right? That's out of
The
pocket.
fact that we're literally turning to injecting ourselves with mysterious substances to
Yeah.
look better and optimize ourselves is really like Black Mirror. Like it's getting scary, and like I feel bad for all the people that like don't take the time to actually educate themselves. And what I realize more and more is, as I meet more and more people, is that like people really will fall for things online.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, especially in today's world, with
Dude.
AI, like, how are we going to ensure that people are getting sold to safe things? Because you could make up any claim and someone will believe it and buy it and potentially ruin their life by injecting themselves with this mysterious substance that may or might not actually help them.
And that's where the hype gets dangerous, right? So are peptides the future, or is it just, wellness branding, right? And I know if I was Eli Lilly or, the makers of Ozempic, obviously it changes people's status symbol. They think that there's something that they're not, right? And they get that crazy rush, and it goes back to ego.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to be careful, right? You got to be careful. Don't believe the hype. There's a song way back when, and we could play a little bit of that beat. But yeah, it's the real talk.
Yeah.
Don't believe the hype. And there's a lot of it out there right now. I think it's on overload. So I don't know. The smart conversation for me lies around human evidence, efficacy, FDA approved, or government body approved solutions that you think can help you. But again, it goes back for me anyways, getting in the gym, sleeping well, eating well. And for all the people out there that, they obviously have other terminal issues and stuff like I hear, I was just reading just the other day on the Juggernaut, which is like a South Asian Instagram thing, that supposedly South Asian males, they have this persistent body fat that will be around their waist, and it's just so persistent. And sure, if you think that injecting yourself is going to get rid of the body fat, sure. But really at the end of the day, I don't know, what is that going to do for your life? But again, there's guys out there, and I don't want to mention them, but there's superstars out there, tummy tucks, you know what I mean, getting, doing all these different things to get the washboard and all this stuff. So
Yeah.
people are going to do what they're going to do.
I mean, I beat the South Asian curse and I got that part, but I can't lie, cutting that part of your belly fat as a brown man is incredibly difficult, but I still did it without any peptides. So it's possible.
There we go.
It's possible. It's possible.
There we go.
Yeah, you guys are stealing Ozempic from people who have diabetes. There's genuinely an Ozempic shortage in places because people are buying Ozempic, and people who really need it for their diabetes and obesity can't have to stick to alternatives. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's insane.
That's so messed up. Again, it's ego. People's egos are getting in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, man. I don't know. Peptides for me, it ain't the thing. I just think that, again, it goes back to paying attention to the 6 inches between your ears, or how many inches between your ears. It's not the inches around your waist. It's not the inches around your chest, or the inches around your butt. I think or even between your legs.
Yeah.
I think it's the inches between your ears that really do matter. And when the hype gets too dangerous, I don't know if you got to believe it or not.
Yeah.
I mean, Roger, you're I'm not going to say you're old, but you're an older man, and you look good, and you look fit, you look healthy, and you haven't relied on this. So what would you say is some advice to people who are your age?
You are what you eat, man. You are what you eat. If you want to eat a lot of steak, you want to eat a lot of pork, you want to eat a lot of red meat in general. If you don't want to go on walks after you have a large meal, if you want to sit around the couch, if you think that drinking coffee day and night will do anything other than give you water retention, if you think smoking is a healthy thing, I'm a big advocate of cannabis. I'm a big advocate of, I was supposedly have ADHD. So, there's a lot of things that I've done in my life that I've experimented with. I'm a very curious individual, but that doesn't mean that, too much of any one thing can be a really bad thing. Too much money, too much sex, too much sleep, too much water, too much smoke.
Moderation is key.
Moderation, balance is everything, man, right? And meditation. I'd say, again, protect your peace is priceless. Protecting your peace is priceless. And, you gotta, that just comes with experience, right? Sometimes people are just too busy chasing, and they're not spending enough time realizing that life isn't what you think that you're accumulating, you think that you're putting on, or you're learning, or you're putting things into your brain, and it's read, retain, regurgitate. Well, when I look at life, I think about life as time, and time's peeling away at you, and you're like a banana. So as we go through life, we're just revealing more of who we really were since we were kids, right? And now as you get older, you're getting there. Yeah,
That's a good analogy.
Yeah,
I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, you seem like pretty youthful. So, do people in your life tell you that are like at your age, ask you this question, like, how do you seem so young?
There's a lot of guys that are younger than me and older than me and around my age that are wondering, how is it that I am doing what I'm doing, relating with the people that I'm relating with, and I know what Riz is, and I know what Cap is, I know what Valid is, right? I know what out of pocket means. Like, how do I relate to this group of people? And it's not because of the way that I look, it's because of how I choose to protect my peace. And I like to stay aware, right? If you don't know what your 16-year-old's doing or what they're up to, then you're probably behind the curve, right? And I've always been one of those people that I want to be aware, right? Curiosity didn't kill the cat. I personally think I'm like Curious George, right? That monkey that just wants to know it all. So
Yeah.
So
It'd be like the same people who like don't vaccinate their kids that like do peptides. Like, like I don't know, pick a side, bro. Like,
I'm concerned for people that like don't have a scientific background, because I like studied science and I know the scientific method. I know how science comes into the world, the method and the systems behind it, and I have like a scientific mind, but a lot of people don't. And for those people, I would say like really try to do your research before you buy anything and inject it into your body, because first of all, it's a waste of money. It's a waste of money that if it doesn't work. It's probably expensive, a lot of money, and you don't want to ruin your body forever by injecting something into your body that wasn't actually researched. Like,
and it could be potentially counterfeit. Like there could be something else in there that you don't know about. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah. But thank you for
thanks a
watching.
lot for watching.
Yeah, and see you in the next one.